All right, let's get into it. For years, football tactics pretty much boil down to one big debate. Are you a team of structure? Are you a team of chaos? Well, that old argument, it's over. Today, we're diving into the new model that's dominating the game, a smarter, more fluid approach to football thinking.
So on one side, you had positionalism. Just picture a chessboard. Every player has a zone, a role, a predefined space they have to occupy to create geometric advantages. It's all about the structure. And on the other side, you had relationalism. This is all about chemistry, intuition, freedom. Players move based on the ball and their teammates, creating this beautiful, unpredictable chaos. For the longest time, you had to pick a side. But what if that was a false choice from the very beginning?
Because the truth is, the era of rigid ideology is completely over. The best teams in the world have stopped choosing. They've realized that the real power isn't in picking a side, but in combining the two. And this isn't some simple compromise. It's the new tactical frontier, where modern football is reinventing itself.
So, how does this actually work on the pitch? The core idea is simple and, honestly, kind of brilliant. You divide the team into two distinct but synchronized functions. Let me introduce you to the anchors and the floaters.
First up, the anchors. These are the guardians of the temple. Usually they're your center backs and your defensive midfielder. Their mission is to maintain the team's shape, to provide a solid foundation that everything else rests on. They are the positional heart of the team. A player like Riccardo Calafori is a fascinating example, a defender who anchors the structure but can step into midfield to lock down space, freeing up everyone else.
And because the anchors are holding down the fort, you can now unleash the floaters. These guys are the agents of chaos, players like Jamal Musiala or Florian Wirtz. They are freed from fixed positions, allowed to drift all over the pitch to create overloads and dismantle defenses. They are the relational soul of the team, made possible only by the structure that supports them.
And this, right here, perfectly illustrates that dynamic. Xabi Alonso calls it the elastic leash. His anchors are static and disciplined. They're the safety net. This allows his creative floaters to wander everywhere, to be dangerous and unpredictable, all while knowing that the structure is there to cover for them. It's the perfect balance between risk and security.
So we see the team is divided by role, but this division goes even deeper. It's also geographical. The system works by splitting the pitch itself into two distinct philosophical zones, especially when the team has the ball.
In the first two-thirds of the pitch, during the build-up, everything is positional. You're looking for safe passing angles, triangles, using a secure structure, often a 3-2 base, to move the ball up the field cleanly. But the instant the ball enters the final third, the plan dissolves. The phase becomes relational. Patterns are replaced by instinct. Players stop running a program and start having a conversation with the ball.
Carlo Ancelotti summed it up perfectly. His job, his tactics are designed for one thing: get the ball to his best players in dangerous areas safely and efficiently. After that, he trusts their genius, their intuition, their love for the ball to create the magic. It's the ultimate expression of tactical hybridization. Okay, so we know how it works, but why is it so dominant right now? The answer is found in how it solves the critical flaws of the pure systems and in the hard data that proves its superiority. This hybrid approach solves the critical flaws of the pure systems. For instance, purely positional teams, they become predictable. Opponents figure out the patterns. And more importantly, demanding that constant level of positional awareness causes huge mental fatigue for players. On the flip side, purely relational teams often burn out physically. All that creative chaos is exhausting, and it can leave them wide open defensively. Hybridization solves both problems. It automates the build-up to save mental energy, then unleashes creativity only where it matters most.
Now, this all sounds great in theory, but what do the numbers say? Is this hybrid model really more effective than the alternatives?
The proof is in the data, and it boils down to this one number, 1.90. That's the average expected possession value, or EPV, for hybrid teams. Simply put, EPV measures the reward a team gets for the risk it takes with the ball. A higher number means more effective possession that creates more value. And as it turns out, 1.90 is the highest ratio of any system. And when you compare them directly, the advantage is crystal clear. Hybrid systems, at 1.90, are clearly more effective than pure positionalism, which sits at 1.87. But the real difference is with pure relationalism, which is way behind at 1.57. The numbers are undeniable. Combining structure and freedom doesn't just feel right, it produces better results.
This efficiency brings us to the ultimate goal of modern tactics, the holy grail that every top coach is searching for. It's a concept that sounds like a contradiction, Organized unpredictability.
So what does that actually mean? It's the ability for your team to operate on the same wavelength, to intuitively understand each other's movements, while being completely unreadable to the team trying to defend you. Your internal system is clear, but what you produce externally is a mystery, and hybridization is the key to achieving it.
And you see the world's best coaches building their teams around this idea. Thiago Motta talks about a 2-7-2 formation with a permanent flow of 7 players in midfield. Ancelotti builds a liquid structure to serve as unpredictable superstars. And Julian Nagelsmann uses vertical escalators, where players swap positions so fast that defenders have no idea who to follow.
A great way to picture this is to think of a flock of birds. There's no leader shouting orders. Instead, each bird follows a few simple, local rules of interaction, like keeping a certain distance from its neighbors. From these simple rules emerges a complex, beautiful, and unpredictable group movement. That is the essence of organized unpredictability on a football pitch.
And this new way of thinking leads to some wild counterintuitive strategies. For example, some top teams have started kicking the ball directly into touch in the opponent's half right from kickoff. Why would you just give up possession? Because in that specific moment, they've decided that field position, territory, is more valuable than the ball itself. It's a perfect example of hybrid thinking, breaking old dogmas to find a new advantage.
In the end, hybridization accepts a fundamental truth. Football isn't a rigid equation to be solved. It's a complex, living system. It's more like a garden. The coaches provide the structure, the soil, the water, but they accept that the most beautiful flowers will often grow where they least expect them. The only question left is, where will the next tactical innovation bloom?